Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Midnight Racing League. We are here at Dover International Speedway for tonight's race 200 laps of the Concrete Mile Monsters, or Miles the Monster is going to be in effect here tonight. And let me tell you, it's going to be a doozy. I was in practice with these fellas running a lot of laps, and I think for a first time ever, I'm actually going to go out and show you guys what these drivers are going to uh, expect with some tire wear percentages or anything like that. It's definitely going to be a little bit different here tonight, as you know, it is Dover. It's a 1 mile track. It's a concrete track. It's a self-cleaning track. The straightaways are banked as much of anything as what you would see. But here tonight we got the race going on, and I think tonight I was gonna show you guys how these drivers were gonna race this track, and me being a sim racer myself, I always like going out there and seeing what I can do in each and every single race. I do a lot of the official sides of the C Open, so it's kind of like home to me, I guess. Especially Dover being one of my really favorite, not really favorite, but one of my really better tracks is, obviously tire wear is going to be a big, big thing. I mean, just running 3 or 4 laps, your tire wear is going to go down to like 95% on the right. So tire wear is definitely going to be a thing. Getting in and out of the corners is definitely going to be another thing. I found out in practice they're getting tight off of turns number 2 and 4, hitting that outside wall. Your truck is going to be like a magnet to that wall. It's just going to stick. You're not going to pretty much go anywhere. You're just going to stick to the wall. You're not going to be able to get anywhere. Definitely going to be a good one here tonight. So while these drivers are practicing, getting ready to qualify, getting all that stuff done, I think I'm going to go out there and give you guys another perspective of what a broadcaster slash sim racer actually sees on out here. So getting loaded up into the truck here tonight, you can see what everybody is going to run. So I'm going to go ahead and get the truck started here, run a few laps, show you guys what these qualifying laps are going to kind of look like, and just show you basically how this truck acts on the tires and what you expect to see coming through this track. So this is going to be a nice little launch to the line. About half a block, right back on the right there, getting foot right again. And definitely don't watch your exits as the truck is a little tight. So you have like a snap loose here. So back in the wall, obviously down as right side, and there's that boost I was talking about. Because definitely don't have a lot of inches out there. So that's going to be another big thing for these drivers. One is going to be loose, the other one is going to be really tight. So it's definitely going to be that. That's going to be something that we're going to have to look forward to. So another thing that's going to be difficult for a lot of these drivers is going to be get those 35 miles an hour air conditioning and try to get down there. And we're going to show you a little bit of people this coming up. It's definitely going to be something to watch out for. Is, pit road is one of those areas that's going to be a little bit harder. You're going to get on the brakes fairly early to get that car slowed on down, because that commitment cone comes up fairly quick, and as you see there, it kind of was a little too fast entering pit road, but nonetheless still an easy kind of entrance into pit lane, as like I said, concrete track. Tires are definitely going to be a factor here tonight. the tightness that you could potentially see out here in the racetrack, and then obviously everything else that you will be able to see. So as these drivers get ready to get done with qualifying here, is I believe Q is just about done. Show this up here, get rid of that. Again, I am your broadcaster here of Dylan McDonald, aka known as Dilbo McBaggins in the iRacing world. So Frank Chavez out there doing his laps, getting this number 23 machine up to speed. Aztec Sim Sports. Beautiful number 23 trying to get himself up there towards the front of the field. Another thing that is going to be kind of hard to deal with is going to be damage on that truck. I found out really quickly that damage on that truck, especially in the race, is going to be quite hard on a lot of different things. So we're going to watch definitely got to watch how hard you hit definitely got to watch how hard you hit the wall, if or any at all. Anything can happen, so you definitely want to take a look at that, make sure that everybody gets where they need to be. Qualifying just about over. Definitely going to be a fun one to watch. Going to go ahead and update my sim racing app, so give me one quick second. Not sim racing app, sorry, SDK. Let's go ahead and end these really quick, so give me one quick second. I'm going to go ahead and open SDK one more time, get it all updated for everybody so they can see it all back to what it needs to be and not all wonky on everybody else's screen. Hopefully everybody out there is having a fantastic day, had a good day, and going to enjoy this Saturday morning. It is currently 1 a.m. here in northern Indiana, but Dover, definitely going to be something fun here tonight. Qualifying almost done. We can see how much time we got. 1 more minute left of qualifying. So once we get done with qualifying, we'll be able to get everybody in and out there. But while we get that going, we're going to go ahead and be right back. Give me one quick second. Alright, qualifying is done and over with. Going to go ahead and go down our grid for tonight's race. In P number 1, we have Colton Ward in that number 18 machine. Yep, well, he's not even in the race yet. But Colton Ward's going to be P number 1, Shane Harn P number 2, Connor Leach in P number 3, Devin Hernandez in 4th, Aaron Stanton going to round out your top 5. Tyler Henry in the number 96 in P number 6. Seth Heyman in P number 7. TJ Hadley, have not heard that name in quite some time. TJ, one of the CRN regulars with the Ghost Cup Series. If you haven't seen those, you can go back and watch those. TJ, not the fastest person in the whole wide world, but is always there when it counts and needs to be aggressive when he absolutely has to be. Justin Mellicar in P number 9, and running out your top 10 will be Rob Wilhoit. P number 11 is going to be Reginald Harris, and P number 12 is going to be Zeb Johnson. P number 13 is going to be Jamie DeVoe. 14th is going to be Francisco Mero Fernandez. 15th is going to be Trevor Harmson. 16th is going to be Frank Chavez. 17th is going to be Nicholas Bass. 18th is going to be 17th is going to be David Rydell. 18th is going to be Javier Romero Barba. 19th is going to be Gordon Glidewell. 20th is going to be Jeremy Fasion. 21st is going to be Garrett Barber. Is going to be Jeremy Barber, Garrett Barber. 24th is going to be Kevin Winker. 25th is going to be Derek Ender. 26th is going to be Lyndon Thompson. Jamie DeVoe not able to enter the call to start tonight's race. Number 20 and the number 18 will set us off into the start of today's race here at Dover International Speedway. 200 laps up in the air. Green flag is out. We are underway from Dover. Going down into turns number 1 and 2, you can see them just kind of taking it nice and easy. Some drivers in that side lane. Side is we already have somebody spinning out. Just another mark down the inside. As the yellow flag is out for the first time. Just stop, get on Justin Mellicar, and give you guys a nice little look at what happened to the number 84. Is we're going to go ahead and go back. Look at a nice little view here. TV number 3. You see there, just a little bit loose coming out of the corner. You can see the rear end already starting to step out on him. Already getting it kind of locked up. Does he hit the inside wall? He does. Hard hit. And just like I said, at Dover self-cleaning racetrack, if you spin towards the top, you're going to end up towards the bottom. A little bit of front end damage on that number 84 machine. Everybody able to get on around the number 84. But definitely not how you want to start up your race here tonight, as we have directly towards the back. Eric Barber and everybody else. Number 44. They just trying to get. Oh, the 25 stops right in front of him. Hard impact for the number 25 and the number 44. Definitely not what those two drivers wanted to see, but that is how that goes. 25 finally able to get it back going. But it was Shane Harr getting the lead off of the number 18, Colton Ward. Myself and Colton having a little bit of a battle of the lap times. I was at a fast time, and then he'd go out and beat it by 400ths. And then I'd go out and beat it by a couple hundredths. And he'd go out. And then finally it came down to him beating me, and I could not get better. Or get any faster than what Colton Ward could do. But I think with that being said, I think we're going to have Mr. Colton Ward be our in-race reporter. Colton, this is Dylan up at the broadcast booth. Got a copy.
Hello.
Hey, buddy. Well, me and you had a little bit of a battle with the lap times in practice. Come to find out, you're the better racer than I am, which is why I'm looking to booth and not in racing. I notice in practice we can go about 50 laps on foot. If you're saving, how many laps do you think these drivers can do?
Saving? I would, I guess 50 to 55, maybe?
I mean,
I don't know how much you can really say.
Yeah, so you're really not off throttle that much. Tires obviously going to be a big thing. Obviously, that's the name of the game, especially on a concrete track. It tends to happen. But figured to bring you on down here, let you in here, have a little fun. We're going to go ahead and put you back up there with your teammate here tonight. And hopefully we'll be able to talk to you here towards the end.
Alright, thank you.
That is Colton Ward. Chat. See if I just can't find chat. Is getting ready to go back. Green flag racing Shane Hart. Electric inside. Back on the outside. You see the outside prevail. Will it prevail this time again? Geico restart zone. We are back to racing. The 20 shot up like a cannon. He's going to take it. Slowly but surely getting back on up there is the catch fence being in our way. We'll go ahead and switch it on over to TV in the middle. Is looking at it now. Everybody's starting to get. Oh, we got a big right towards the back. 45 being involved and no caution as of yet. I believe they're going. There's yellow flag. Go ahead and go back. Yellow flag. See what happens to the number 25 machine. You can see there he's got a little bit of damage on that right rear. And that's what I was talking about in the pre-race show. A little bit of the damage on that right rear just sends him on around. You can see how loose he was getting into the corner. And that's where the camera ended up picking up as he's going down the racetrack. Oh, big neck code between him and the 08. Justin Malakar getting involved as well. The 25 just kind of trying to get out of the way. Hits the inside wall. Not what you want to do. As he's going to go ahead and jump it on to pit lane. As we get back here with the live race. I want to thank each and every person out there that has been following along the Core Racing Network. Barry Kistler out there in the chat giving these drivers all the wishes that they could ever possibly need to get this race going green. Without everybody that has been out there liking, sharing, subscribing to CRN, none of this would be possible. I want to thank, like I say, every single week, Jimmy and Carl for allowing me up in the booth to provide some great racing or a great show, actually, for the leagues that we do. Coming up here on Thursday nights, there's a little league that's going to be making its comeback, and I'm not going to broadcast every single race, but the races that I will broadcast, there's going to be a lot of familiar faces like Wally Babb, Jeffrey Vickery, Dalton McKinney, Jeff Radke. Yes, that is right, the Lucky Dog Racing is back under a new name, the NASR. They're running the trucks this season. I'll be down in the actual truck racing with them. And then the weeks that they can't get it broadcasted. I'll be jumping up at the booth for them. So make sure you guys watch out for that, as that's going to be a lot of fun too. They've been throwing up recruitment races every single Thursday. So if there's a league that you want to get into, just follow along, get on in there. It's a lot of fun, as I have broadcasted since season 1, since it was called SSLMS. And now we're under a new name of NASR. Green flag back on out in the 20, back to the gas into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to be clear of the number 18. There they all go down. 1 and 2. Keeping it nice and hard on the outside. Able to keep it on straight. As Colton Ward has fallen back to number 5 as it sits right now. Definitely not what he wants to see. As number 113, Reginald Harris, out of the outside side of the very important see if he hasn't been. He's definitely we're going to go ahead and go with a drone cam here as of right now. Down into turn. Nice look here is, oh, big wreck right in front. Where does everybody go? Arca Break Weekly. Reginald in the number 02. Hard. There's Seth Heyman getting involved. We'll go ahead and go to CRN replay, as I don't know what driver this involved. Oh, the 30. I'm going to go ahead and look here at the number 30. Looks like Colton Ward might have gotten in the rear of the number 30. We're going to look here. Maybe he got into the apron. Slow it on down here for everybody. Get another quick little look at it. Colton Ward running that inside lane, getting a little bit more rotation and better control. 30's already loose, hitting the apron. Colton doesn't even make contact with the number 30 machine. He's still trying to save it. Colton waiting on the throttle. And then a big overcorrection by the number 30 machine. Hard to the outside wall. The 78, he gets absolutely slammed and thrown out of there as well. And then here's where the 88 is slowing down. And then Reginald Harris comes in there on the brakes, kind of going down towards the bottom of the track, but he's going to get a piece of it as well. David Rydell, he's able to get on around it. Oh, the 91 hard into the number 30 machine, losing all sorts of the pieces of that car there. So if you guys want an autographed section of that truck, it is for sale down in the pits. It's autographed by your favorite driver. So if anybody wants those autographed memorabilia, head on down to the Dover International Speedway pits. Look for them. Ask them, like, hey, I know you don't need that bumper back. I get it. Autograph it. Probably sell it on eBay for about $2,500. Any signature is good. Driver's getting double filed once again here. 71. Then a 47. Get along side by side. But as of right now, it's been the number 20 show. As the leader, you get the fire off as soon as you get into that.
All right, man. Like you back on the pace car. We're not going green.
The fire
We're
off
not going green.
in the restart zone wherever you'd like to go. And so far, it's been beneficial to the number 20 machine as he's had the clean air for the whole race as of right now. We're only 15 laps in out of this 200 lap feature. Delaying the green ever so slightly. It's getting ready to go green this time by. Shane Hall looking to take something happening to hop on board with the number 71 truck. nice little fight for that P number 4. And we'll lose too many positions as that Ford F-150 will be past that Ford F-150. David Rydell sliding all the way back chasing down Sandy. Looking to the inside of the 31 machine with thought better of it as of right now, but that number 60 of the Rescue Foot Man looking great, 2 cars back, maybe a little bit of a touch between these two, but we're still green. Here comes the 60, passing the 71, like it's absolutely tied to his stump. Move him up to the top 5. Cars everywhere on the racetrack. You can see there on the main map, everybody, every single time, everywhere. 25 laps on the lead out of 200. Check on the back here with the he's got a lot of hungry drivers sitting in the corner. ACS car shows the guy looking past him in the 4th position. Biggest river as of right now. No sponsors on my car, so ramen noodles or anything like that, want to hop on board and then before the board. Now is your time is looks like 71 of kind of reach having some issues here with that right rear damage. 44 got a little bit tight, had it back out of the tower, maybe to slide up there on the machine. Now 29 laps, 28 into this run. Like I said, these drivers can go about 50 laps on a tank of fuel. The tires, though, is a little bit at least 30 to 35 maybe. But they're going to be there. I'll do practice laps. I will do a few little short runs and maybe a long run. And those tires, you abuse them early, you would pay for it in the long run. If anybody's looking for a lead to get recently, they have a super speedway league starting up here relatively soon. Super cheap, really affordable, all super speedway leagues. That's something you want to get into. Just join it and get your outside trackside. We're racing on the super speedway. Hardly sitting in the 6th turn and traveling around with it. Not able to do so every day. Not with that. Then we got Holden Ward all over the back of the machine. Go ahead and ride on board with it. 18.9. We have to get forward and break. Four machine blue race leader 18. Holden Ward will have a caution on the racetrack. See what happens here. Tyler Henry going to be the driver involved. The number 96 showing up 88 on the screen. We'll see what happens with the number 96 machine coming out of turns number 1 and 2. Looks fine there. Oh, didn't see the 7? Maybe? Oh, looked like he went down to him. So definitely going to have to rewind this just a little bit. Hop on board with the number 7. Oh, the 7 was coming out of pit. I'm not 100% sure. Almost kind of looks looks like he was aiming for him. Not 100% sure. We could go back, go on board, like actually on board with the number 96. That's what we're going to do here. This is 61 follows the 7. I don't know what his plan of attack there was, but not looking good. Definitely not sure what that was. Pit stops happening here tonight. Shane Har decided to stay out. Yeah, he did stay out. He didn't pit. It's crazy. I figured he was taking the time to go down the lane, get some fresh tires. This is where you're going to see the new tires have the advantage over the old tires. Top 4 stayed out. This is where our 15 having some damage. So probably getting all that damage figured out. Pace truck is going to go in this time by. It's going to be the number 20 and the 27 going to do battle on this restart here. Can the 20 get clear of the number 27? Top 4 not pitting for tires or fuel just yet. Green flag is out once again. And 20 getting a hell of a restart. Side by side. Out of the 17% past. It's going to get down to the inside. They want to have happen. You see the file pretty quickly. Don't want the number 20 to have too much of that. He started. Andon Thompson up 17 spots from when he started. The biggest mover is going to be the number 26, Ricky Bobby. Outside, this is so slow. Everybody's still going straight. It's Justin Malacar getting a little bit loose. His yellow flag is going to be out. Going to go ahead and look back here and see what happens. And it's going to have Justin Malacar in front. Oh, the number 7. Not sure what's going on. Oh, the 27 up and over. Oh, man. We have got to watch this in the slow motion, because I am not 100% sure what happens here. The number 7 getting into the corner nice and loose. Gets it woed up just in time. Does what he needs to do. Go ahead and... Oh, yeah, he's right in front of the field. Oh, the 20 barely misses. The 12, oh, no. Oh, man. Not what these drivers wanted to see. We're going to ride on board with Aaron Stanton, because this man went for a ride. And we're going to go ahead and roll it through the cockpit. cockpit here. Go. See there, he's already slow. Oh, that is crazy. A lot of upset drivers, I can see it. But they're not wanting to see that happen here tonight. New race leader is going to be the number 16 machine of David Rydell. He's up 17 positions, so now he is the biggest mover. Driver's going to be side by side once again, getting ready to go back green flag racing. Get ready to go back. Green flag racing here. The 60 and the number 80 are going to do a battle here. Number 18, 2. 60 and the number 84. Jump back to the number 3. Scott Perry, Kistler, wanting to have him in tonight's race. So far, so good. 43 laps out of 200 are complete. Flag is back out on the racetrack. As it's going to involve TJ Handley and the number 08. See him on the outside. The 15 going to slide on up. Oh, a little bit of net code between the number 15 and the 08. The 08's going to slide it all the way through turns number 3 and 4. 15 is going to get it slowed down to not hit him. Oh, but he is going to hit him. Still sideways. 44, the 52 is going to go to the outside to get on around the number 08. Same with the number 26 of Andon Thompson. 22 is going to be able to get on around that. And honestly, I'm surprised that the caution came out. Just not as bad as I thought. But nonetheless, still back under caution once again. Racers are mad as they want a green flag run, just not able to get that here tonight. Glidewell back here in the 24th position in that Deadpool machine, Chevy Silverado. Got all that damage fixed. Finally on that number 25 machine, going to try to work his way back up here towards the front with a couple more cautions. Could get him back on the lead lap. Get ready to go back. Green flag racing. Going to go ahead and ride on board with number 78 of Devin Hernandez for this restart.
Green flag, green flag.
See just how much while these drivers are on their next green flag run, we're going to go ahead and give you guys a little bit of your love to hear where I turn the mics down, turn the audio up for the race trucks, and we'll be right back. Back here under caution, going to see what happens to the number 15 machine of Rob Wilhoit in that Kodak Films Chevy Silverado. Looks like he just gets loose right in front of the number 26. 26 is going to go ahead and check on up just a little bit and get that car pointed to the outside. But Rob Wilhoit going to have sustained a lot of damage hitting that inside wall. As the way that this race has been going, I feel like it is running like Darlington. Is this racetrack too tough to tame for these drivers? See there, Connor Leach turning that wheel just a little bit, getting it, making sure his tires or his wheel is good to go. David Rydell still with the race lead. Getting ready to go back green flag racing here from Dover.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is back out here for the drivers at 60. Getting a nice little jump on the field. "57 laps are complete. David Rydell moving on back to P number 3 as Shane Haar and Zeb Johnson able to get on by. Shane Haar
Alright, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
taking the lead, but another caution is out. Rob Wilhoit, the victim once again. See what happens with number 15 machined into turn number 3 and 4. Hard on the outside wall. Ooh, that one hurt for the number 15. I believe that his day may be done if that truck is blown up. Drivers back side by side, getting ready to go back green flag racing here. Green flag back out in the air. The 20 getting a beautiful jump on the number machine. That's going to allow the number 12 or the 60 to get back to the number 12. 60 looking to get past him and get clear, but no, not going to be able to happen. Side by side, he's going to be able to get clear on the top. Moves that right back up there to P number 2. Colton Ward sitting P number 4. Kind of sitting back watching all this happen. But still, a great race all in all. And then get you with the turn 4 exit. See just how much speed they're carrying off towards the corner. You see them kind of fighting the wheel just a little bit to get themselves into position. They're kind of pointing that truck down towards the inside. Side by side, 18 in and number 44. 18 is going to have to run the outside. 44 and 71 down on the inside, along with the number 78. Going to make it a 3 for 1. Can they do it? No, 2 for 1. So far, 78 still trying to get around the number 18 machine. He does, and here comes CJ Hanley. Falling right in line with that number 18 machine. Not going to be able to get there to get the job done. But give it another lap or so, and he could be the next one to get it done. 65 laps in out of 200 are complete. We're going to go ahead and try this one more time. See if we just can't get over. We love to hear it. We'll be right back. Well, we are back. We've had the nice little green flag run here so far. Green flag pit stops getting ready to, I would think, get ready to start opening up. We're back here live with the Midnight Racing League. Their leader, Sean Haar, under heavy pressure for the number 71 of Connor Leach as of right now. Connor Leach looking to go down to the inside. He's going to be there at his door, but he's not going to be able to make the pass here momentarily, as the outside lane going to have more momentum coming off the corner. But looks like that inside, looks like Shane Haar is going to go ahead and let the 71 have it. He's not going to put up a big fight for the race lead. 86 laps complete here tonight, almost halfway of this 200 lap event. Top two have really pushed away, as the next car in line, David Rydell, back here getting on to pass the number 78 machine. The 78 now of Devin Hernandez going to be under pressure from the number 08 machine. If he can get there, looks like Zeb Johnson is one lap down due to going down into pit lane, getting that service done. As we have 13 cars on the lead lap, Zeb Johnson is 12 laps down, so not going for positions at all. But here comes CJ Hanley down to the inside. He's going to make that pass happen. Colton Hundy, or Colton Ward, now side by side with the number 78 machine. He's going to look to make that pass on the number 78 machine. He does get it done, going it down into turns number 3 and 4. Connor Leach now with the race lead at number 25. We're going to stick it up top to stay out of the way of the leaders. I'm going to let them go on by. "90 laps are complete out of 200. See a little bit of rear damage on the number 08 machine right near the side skirt. See it there. Doesn't look to be affecting the number 08 machine at all. So far, so good for everybody out here. Colton Hundy, or Colton Ward, excuse me, trying to make something happen and get on around to the number 08 machine. He's losing valuable time on the race leaders, as they are currently up here in the turns number 3 and 4. Connor Leach putting a gap on a second place. We'll go ahead and show you the front bumper. Show you exactly what he sees in front of him. A lot of clean air. Got some lap traffic in front of him, but nothing that he can't handle. As he's getting ready to pass Jamie DeVoe up here in about a lap or two. And then right in front of him, he's got Justin Melliker. We have a car down on the inside that looks to be the 03, the pickup machine of, I don't know who the 03 machine is. It doesn't say. Is that Seth? No, it's not Seth. We're going to go ahead and get back on up to... Oh, it's Trevor Harmson. The 02, not the 03. I do apologize. We're going to go ahead and go back on board with our race leader. As he is starting to catch more lap traffic. Colton Ward down in the pit lane this time by. 22 going to roll the outside. Let the race leader go on by. No problem or complications there for the race leader. TJ Hanley getting it passed by, looks like Benjamin Harris. Again, he's not for position. Eamon Thompson in the pit lane this time out. Looking on board of that number 42 of Kevin Winker. Four tires in field, definitely going to be something that these drivers are going to definitely want. Is Shane Hard down in the pit lane this time by Connor Leach. Going to stay out one more lap. And this is where the fresh tires are going to be coming in handy. Connor Leach just hoping for a caution so he doesn't have to worry about going down in the pit lane and the potential of speeding. Again, in the top of the show, you've seen how hard it was for me to get my truck slowed down. 35 mile an hour is pit road speed. So going from 139 mile an hour all the way down to, I don't know, about 160 mile an hour actually, maybe 170. All the way down to 35 in such a short time is a little bit tricky, especially with the banking the way that it is. Once you get off of the concrete onto the asphalt down there, you see it there, the darker colored patch of asphalt. Once you get down there, it's just like the truck gets upset going from the banking down to the apron. So that's going to be something that a lot of these drivers have to pay attention to and watch, especially going into pit lane. Connor Leach staying out one more lap, and with all the official races that I do, the longer you stay out on older tires while everybody else pits, the more time you lose. So now that they have the fresher tires, they're going to end up passing you, catching you and passing you like you're sitting still. As Kevin Winker is now P at number 2, and just like that, the number 20 able to unlap himself and get back, I believe, onto the lead lap. TJ Hanley back in the pit lane. No, he is not on the lead lap. But looking to do everything he possibly can. There are only 2 cars on the lead lap. It's going to be Kevin Winker and the number 71 of Connor Leach. Connor Leach finally getting down into pit lane, and there it is. Hard braking down to 35 mile an hour. Does Kevin Winker come in this time? Kevin Winker down a lot of laps. Big distance between the 42 and the number 71, but Kevin Winker going to be able to get the race lead and going to be able to lead this lap. So with the number 42 back up to P number 1, as he is up 22 positions from where he started. So biggest mover going to be the number 42 of Kevin Winker. Connor Leach out of pit lane this time by, and watch. There he goes, fresh tires. He's going to be able to get back around to Kevin Winker and unlap himself. The last time that Kevin Winker ended up pitting was lap number 58. So looking to pit within a lap or two. We go about 50 laps. But with all the cautions that we had, it could go a little bit longer. A nice little green flag run here. Kevin Winker looking to get out of the way and let these faster drivers go on by that aren't battling him for position. Kevin will stick it down to the inside, make the left cars go around to the outside, and here comes the number 78, Devin Hernandez. Frank Chavez ended up having a crash and jump to the pit lane, so no caution out here on the speedway. Kevin Winker staying out one more lap. Going to go ahead and cycle on through the field. We'll look on board with the number 08 of TJ Hanley. He's got a little bit of, looks like a little bit of front end damage. Or maybe that just might be the splitter, the way that it's looking. But we go right back to Kevin Winker, who is the race leader here with 113 laps complete, 114 laps. David Rydell ended up getting on by the number 42. Same with the number 02 getting on by the number 42. But it's still Kevin Winker with the race lead. Shane Haar is on the backstretch, getting ready to go down in turns number 3 and 4. Kevin Winker is on the front stretch, getting ready to go in turns number 1 and 2. So not a big gap between the top two, if you think about it. I believe you might be able to see it, as there is a car slow on the racetrack. That's the number 23. I'm not sure if there's going to be a caution, or maybe he might have ran out of fuel. So we're going to try to find the number 23 here on the Nemo. Frank Chavez. I believe he is out of fuel. Kevin Winker. Oh no! Into pit lane, but Shane Haar having some issues. Going to go ahead and look back here, see what happens to the number 20 machine. Oh, Andon getting into the wall.
Alright, man, caution is out.
Some
Caution is out.
net code between the number 20 and the number 26, and that's going to be a caution flag on the racetrack. Definitely not something that these drivers wanted to see. A long green flag run. Finally got some green flag pit stops in, and already a caution. Oh boy. I would think everybody that just came down pit lane might come down again and top off. I don't see them taking new tires. Maybe if they've had 15 or 20 laps on those tires, I could see them putting on fresh new Goodyears. But anything less than that, I don't see them using up a free set that they have in the pits. Yeah, no tires for the number 71. He's just going to take fuel and get back out there. Is Carnelite's going to hold on to the race lead. Under caution conditions one more time. Definitely not what a lot of these drivers wanted to see, but it tends to happen. You guys get to stack them up, rack them up, and get back to green flag racing. Already side by side, get ready to go back green flag racing here at Dover. Colton Lundy on the outside. Carnelite's down on the inside.
Alright, man. Lights are back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
Drivers letting the pace car get on by as they delay the green. Get everybody situated. Make sure they're in the correct running order. And then we'll be back to green flag racing.
Green flag, green flag.
As green flag is out. Carnelite's getting a beautiful restart down to turn number 1 and 2. So David Rydell getting a little bit loose there on the outside. He's going to lose a spot to Colton Ward. Who's now trying to track down the number 71 of Connor Leach. Get another beautiful flyby of everybody going on by. See there, a couple two wide situations, but everybody able to keep it nice and clean. Connor Leach using that outside lane to his advantage, but it's going to be Colton Ward getting the race lead back away from the number 71. Colton Ward doing what he needs to do to get the lead back. He's able to get it. He's built a little bit of a lead over Peter Vertu back here with David Rydell. He's got the number 113 all over his rear bumper, which is not for position. Jamie DeVoe ripping the lip. Kevin Winker down to his inside. Best battle on the racetrack by far. These two not battling for the lead, but battling for the lucky dog. This is right now. Kevin Winker would have the lucky dog if the caution comes out right about now. Connor Leach with a really big lead. Colton Ward, a really big lead over Connor Leach. Excuse me. There we go. As he's looking to set sail, there's going to be at least one more pit stop for all these drivers as they cannot make it on a fuel. You're going to see him start pit about... see the last pit on lap number 119, so maybe 170-ish. Somewhere around there, we're going to see more pit stops. look on board of Trevor Harmson. Now on board with Gordon Glidewell. Following relatively closely behind the number 02. These two not going for position. Andon Thompson is for position for that number 02. A little bit of looseness coming from the number 26 machine. It's Colton Ward with the race lead. Making quick work of the number 35 machine, who let him go on by. And then ended up getting in the outside wall. Colton getting around the number 02 of Trevor Harmson as well. Colton Ward is set to sail here in the late going of this race. The 71 starting to feel a little bit of a pressure from the number 60. Nothing to note as of yet, but within a few more laps, I can see the number 60 machine getting it back up to the number 71 and pressuring it into a mistake. And then we can possibly see the number 60 machine getting up to P number 2 and trying to start to pull in that number 18. See the distance closing up ever so slightly as we ride on board with the number 60 of David Rydell. David Rydell's like, you know what, school's out, buddy. Thank you for choosing Rydell High, but I gotta get around you for this position. All the points matter. Get ready to shift our focus onto the playoff race. David Rydell really had to step out of the throttle. 35 in and out of the wall. Rydell going to ride the top with the number 35. He's going to pitch it back down to the inside and get on away from the number 35. Still closing in on the number 71 to make it worth a battle. He wants to get back there, but he just can't just yet. Oh, a little bit of looseness out of that number 60 machine. The 01 Jamie DeVoe. Slow off the corner. 71 getting into the wall, but not losing a lot of time. Looks like the number 71 losing a little bit of speed. As the 60 is starting to pick up the pace just a little bit, but he's still got a big gap, almost 9-second gap between second to third. Here we go. Battle for second is on. Who's going to be able to do it? 9-second gap between first and third, but an 8.6-second gap between first and second. David Rydell really has to get out of the throttle. He's got to burp it just a little bit to keep himself out of the wall. And so far, so good. And another really long green flag run. See if there's another good battle going on here for the race. got TJ Hanley all over his back bumper. Again, this is not for position, as the 02 and the number 35 are slowly going slow as Trevor Harmson and the number 35 of Derek Enderline has entered pit lane, so those two drivers electing to go down this time by. They know they can make it now that they've been in there, but it's going to be really short, really close on fuel. If there happens to be a green white checker, they're going to have to pit because they're not going to be able to go the whole distance. Gordon Ward slowly starting to pull away from TJ Hanley. But while we have another green flag run, we're going to go ahead and give you guys another little bit of a You Love to Hear It. We'll be right back. We are back here with the Midnight Racing League final 27 laps here of this race. And there you have it. Colton Ward ended up getting the race lead back from Kevin Winker. Didn't take him very long. Kevin Winker, as you heard while we were on him, he was clutching going into the corner, so he's trying to make it without having to stop one final time. But with how quickly he was losing everything, I would have thought he would have been down in the pit lane. But top three is going to be Colton Ward, Connor Leach, and Kevin Winker are your top three. They're the only ones on the lead lap. So taking them to Gappleby's here at Dover is going to be the number 18 of Colton Ward. As we look at the number 18 machine, is going to go around the number 25 on the outside. Get that pass done fairly quickly. Connor Leach though, down into turns for 1 and 2. There's 3 cars that separate the 71 and the number 18 from each other. So the 35, 25, and 01 all in between the 71 and the 18. We're starting to get some really good green flag runs in here. Is 25 going to run the middle lane? We'll let the number 71 go on by. Doesn't want to hold him up too much than what he already is. As we have 24 laps to go here uninterrupted on a Core Racing Network. Touched base about the tire wear for these drivers. A lot of them have started to see those tire wears take effect, as the 42 finally down in the pit lane this time by. He's going to relinquish his third place for the time being. As I believe once the he was able to pass him. Oh, Devin Hernandez having a little bit of a crash. We're going to go ahead and go back here and look and see what happened to the number 78. Going down into pit lane. Oh, gets a little bit loose. Yeah, saves it. No. Steps it sideways. Doesn't go back along the racetrack, so no caution ended up coming out for that. But definitely not what you want to do going down to the pit lane. Connor Leach trying to do what he can. They're the only 2 on the lead lap. It's going to come down to the number 18 and the number 71 for P number 1. TJ Hanley has P number 3 essentially locked up, as I believe he is only 1 lap down, but David Rydell is 2. Yeah, so looking at it now, yeah, David Rydell is 2 laps down. TJ Hanley is 1. So TJ has third place locked up, but it's going to be between these 2, the man of the hour, the 18 and the number 71. If the 71 can put together some really solid laps, we could potentially see the number 71 get a good battle with the number 18. But with the 18 having so much of a gap between them 2, 5 seconds ahead, almost 6 seconds ahead, as he's picking up. He just picked it up. He went from 5.8 to 6 seconds in just 1 corner. He's still pulling away. Probably going to be 6.2, 6.3 seconds ahead of a Connor Leach coming out of turns number 3 and 4. Colton Ward has this race He sat on the pole, didn't lead much of this race in the beginning, kind of dropped back through the pack, but here at the end, he has been absolutely flawless all the way around this 1 mile monster. So 14 laps away from pay dirt for the number 18. He's got some lap traffic behind him, but he does out the front windshield. I mean, he's got a decent gap between himself and the number 35. So he doesn't have to worry much about that dirty air. Now, if 35 gets in front of the 18, then, well, you know, you got to worry about the dirty air. You also got to watch and see where the lap car is going to go, if it gets loose in front of you, or even taps the wall ever so slightly to where it's like a magnet that your truck just can't get out of the wall. Have you noticed that with the new upgrade on the trucks? You don't hit the wall, it's just going to suck you right on in. There's 12 laps to go for the number 18. Gonna go ahead and go back through the field and see who it brings up. It's going to be the number 78 of Devin Hernandez. And a nice little battle between the number 22 of Jeremy Refasian. As 78 looking to make quick work of that 02. He's going to be able to get it done. Jamie DeVoe in P number 6. Devin Hernandez back up to P number 7. Number 8. Trevor Harmson in P number 7. Devin able to get on around him. Now he's going to go all the way back around and then catch the number 02. Is looking on back here. Well, we don't know who we're looking at. 02 maybe? Yeah, something like that. He's going to go ahead and move high for Kevin Meager and the number 60 of David Rydell. Let those two faster cars pass. They are not on the same lap as the number 02. We have 8 laps to go here at Dover, the Monster Mile. The lonely Canadian trying to do what he can to get himself back up to the race lead and get around Colton, but it's one thing to catch somebody. It's a whole nother level trying to pass them as cleanly and as quickly as you possibly can. Colton got around the number 25 with ease, going to set his sights on TJ Handley, going to put him another lap down. Colton Ward, 5 laps to go this time by. TJ Handley, the only driver 1 lap down. Everybody else is 2 and or more. TJ Handley fighting to keep that track position. He's got 3rd place. Colton Ward looking down to the inside of the number 08 machine. The 08 not going to go down without a fight. 3 laps to go here at Dover. Colton able to get on around the number 08 machine. And is making it work out for him. Barry Kistler hit the money here tonight. He called his shot. The number 18, 2 laps away, 1 mile to go. Here is this race is official. Barney got the white flag in the air. Didn't really get to see it as he didn't really have the white flag waving. 1 more mile to go, half a mile to go now as he's down the back stretch for the final time. Down into turns number 3 and 4, Colton Ward coming off a blazing finish here. Colton Ward is going to snag the victory here at Dover. Connor Leach to follow in P number 2. Coming off turns number 3 and 4, sideways dirt tracking it. And then third place is going to be TJ Handley, as he doesn't even have to worry about finishing the lap, as he's going to be able to put that 08 Ford F-150 in P number 3 here at Dover. Man, oh man, what a race, what a run. Beautiful long green flag laps towards the end of it, which you always love to see, is Colton Ward electing not to do a burnout as of right now. We're going to wait and see if he does. I would assume he is. Yep, there it goes. A little bit of a burnout, getting it up and started. Trying to do a Kyle Larson burnout. There it goes, nice and long. Almost into the inside wall, but was able to keep it off. As we're looking here, going to try to find Mr. TJ Handley. Not able to find him as of yet. Yeah, so TJ Handley not in here just yet. So we're going to go ahead and move. Oh, there he is. I see him now. We're going to go ahead and grab our third place finisher. That's going to be TJ Handley. TJ.
That's me.
Is TJ Handley in the broadcast booth here for CRN. And TJ, this is Dylan McDonald up here. You got a copy?
I do have a copy. Man, how are you?
You know, I'm doing good up here. Kept all my incidents to myself up here in the broadcast booth. Obviously, you down there making your way back into the racing scene. Haven't seen your name pop up at all. And then all of a sudden, I see you register for this race here tonight. It was Dover. A lot of, I guess, statistics to show the tire wear, for one, being a big factor in tonight's race. The looseness, the tightness, the getting into pit road, and then obviously the big one that gets a lot of people, the long green flag runs.
Oh, yeah. First and foremost, thank you to everybody who was in the THD Discord, keeping me awake. Worked a 50-hour shift, no naps, and then I came into this. It's like, it's Dover. I like Dover. I'll run it. Was what 11th in practice, qualified 7th or 8th, something like that. Man, just overall, I like honestly, since I don't know how much they updated Dover as a track, but it didn't feel like the fall off was as significant as it used to be. I don't know if that was part of the weather being partly cloudy or whatever have you. But overall, I mean, this was actually a lot of fun to drive. For me, it was, because I don't usually tend to be very aggressive. I was a little aggressive on restarts and whatnot. I know the 44 is probably a little upset with me trying to rub his bumper, but you know me, like I'm trying to pass you once, try to pass you times, three times. All right, you're getting a bumper, and then I'm gonna keep bumping you and telling you get out of my way. But he's a very good driver. He took those bumps like a champ, and then we just raced on like we should be. Had little issues with the 42, but him and I need to have a conversation about that moving forward. But man, overall, like good racing. The winner, I passed him earlier, somewhere around the midway point, and then he passed me back, and then it was just game on from then on. Unfortunately, I was one of those that missed pit road, and I had to take another lap. But man, I was having so much. I was honestly having fun driving the track in the car. Restarts were a little crazy. I had one netcode wreck with the Kodak machine. I don't know the number, so I do apologize.
15.
I don't know everybody's names either. But man, two starts, first and a third. I can't complain. I've got nothing to complain about.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you're keeping the track record nice and easy. I mean, top threes both times you've been out, and then obviously getting a race win. And it sucks that, obviously the race win that you got wasn't broadcasted, but we're here now. We're getting them broadcasted. You got the top three here tonight at Dover. Now, I don't know if you've managed to put yourself in the wall here tonight, but how hard was it to kind of worry about where the wall was coming out at, and how hard was it to keep yourself, well, I mean, not keep yourself out of it, but when you got into the wall, how hard was it to get yourself off the wall without getting too loose to where you're going to move down into the car below you or overcorrect and put yourself back into the outside wall?
That's a very good question. So I think it all comes down to driving style. I saw a lot of guys doing the diamonding, which is traditional. A lot of people do that. I kind of treat it a lot like Homestead, where you put your left sides on that seam, where you're not running quite the bottom, you're running that like that lane up. I put my left sides on that and just kind of coasted uh, through the middle, and then I would put the gas down, um, especially early, like just kind of wrapping the bottom, and that would allow the truck to rotate. I didn't really have to worry about the exits, like the turn two, turn four. I didn't really have to worry about it. I scraped the straightaway, sure. Usually when I was busy talking to one of the two guys, who just decided to keep distracting me, but all in an effort to keep me awake and keep me entertained. Um, But the guys I did see struggling, I think what happens is that they dive into the corner so much that it just wears and tears on that right front. So of course, when you wear and tear on that right front, it's just going to make you a whole lot tighter on exit. And I don't think some of the guys know how to compensate for that. So I know used to what I would do is really let off on my corner entries and like go up that lane higher, almost like that second, that third lane, you know what I mean? And then like diamond it in the middle and then like really like hug that bottom. If I had to put it as a reference, I would lift like before the bridge in three, maybe a sharper turn, slightly sharper turn or brake drag to help rotate the truck in the middle, and then like try to get my left sides as close to that restart paint on the apron as possible, and make sure I just kind of stayed off the wall. But once I was on straightaway, I could get as close as possible. So at least I'm utilizing my space and momentum going on. But I mean, the second lane is still a viable option as if you can keep it there. Saw a lot of guys struggling on restarts with new tires or recycled heated tires. But man, overall, like it's a good question, and that's how I approached it. Was just I can't. I'm part time because I'm here to have fun and I want to do tracks that I want to do. I've always liked Dover, not at first, but I do like Dover, and trucks is a very good way to relearn Dover. For me, and I'll be honest, I really enjoyed this. This was a great learning experience to me.
Oh, absolutely. And, obviously with the new graphic update and the kind of a reskin, I guess you could say, of Dover, everything looks completely different with that new graphic update that iRacing ended up putting out for the season two. But TJ, what a great race having you back out here. It was fun seeing that beautiful THD number '08 out there on the track again. Can't wait to race with you personally again as well. Me and you, we have the same driving styles. Like you said, bump you once, bump you twice, bump you three times. It's either move or get moved. And that's kind of like how me and you like racing. So it sometimes gets us in trouble, but other times, other people understand, like, all right, you know what? He's faster. We got to get him on out of our way.
Yeah, I'm on the unwritten code and the everybody trying to learn each other. It's a tough thing to sell on, and that's why leagues are so important, is to help spread the awareness of the unwritten code and the unwritten rules. But everybody here, for the most part, seems like everybody was on the same page. Like, hey, you door checked me, I door checked you. Like kind of like, oh, hey, that's why he door checked me, and I deserve it because of what I did earlier. So it seemed like everybody was on the same page. And as far as that, nobody seemed to be too upset about anything on track. Maybe I think somebody got bumped like in the rear trying to slow down, but other than that, I don't think anything got too escalated. Great group of drivers. Great job by race control. Thank you for letting us stay double file. I cannot stress that enough. I believe it was Elijah who was in charge of race control tonight.
Yep.
Thank you for letting us stay double file. Um, he asked if he said he was considering single file restarts. I don't think that was gonna do anything because it seemed like if it wasn't net code, it's just something that happens over time, 2 or 3 laps later. So I don't think single file would have solved it. But so I'm very grateful he let us stay double file and get those restarts while we could. And I'm gonna be more than happy to rewatch this replay and and really utilize it and study it a little bit.
Absolutely. Well, TJ, before we let you get on out of here, if there's anybody on that number '08 machine you'd like to give a shout out to, the floor is yours.
Oh man. Thank you to Justin, Gary, Jay, um, Ryan. All of ours are I've always been very appreciative of them and all their opportunities they've ever given to me. Thank you to MRL for letting me run. I know I'm not here all the time, and I do appreciate for just letting me do my own thing. I believe it's Justin who's the owner. If I remember, I don't know I don't know his last name. I do apologize. Thank you, man, and all the leagues, from Gears to GEC to Tier 1 to Mystic, like, and everybody, like, there, I have a calendar full of leagues that I cannot thank them enough for letting me do what I do. As a painter, as a driver, as a promoter, I just can't thank them enough. And so to have a night like this where I can kind of let loose and just run, I'm always grateful for. And thank you to all the drivers for letting me race as well. They don't have to let a part timer in, and I'm glad that they're at least open to the opportunity and great racers themselves.
Absolutely. Well, buddy, we're going to go ahead and let you get on out of here. Take your butt to bed and get some sleep, and we'll be able to see you again hopefully next week.
Yes, sir. Sounds like a plan. Thank you.
All right, buddy. See you later. All right. We're going to go ahead and move on up to our second place finisher. That's going to be the number 71 of Connor Leach. And Connor, the Lonely Canadian, gets it done once again. Only one spot short from that race win from last week, but you made it there out of the whole 200 laps.
Well, we didn't quite get it done, but we were there. We're running pretty good. I guess it was a pretty long race, and I guess just after a while everything got spread out, and there was some wrecks, and with no fast repairs, a lot of probably pretty good cars got taken out, and we finished the race without getting too much damage. Had some early, but came out in second. Not a bad result. Pretty good. We're satisfied with it.
Oh, absolutely. And that's one thing that I noticed earlier in the race. You had that little bit of right rear damage, and I, I gotta know, with that right rear damage, did the truck drive different at all, or was it pretty much driving the exact same as it did the whole entire run, even with the damage?
Oh no, the damage. I hit the wall pretty hard, just mistake of my own, and had some right rear damage, and Colton was behind me, and I asked him, like, "Hey, how bad's the damage look on like, I don't know, maybe it was as he was going by with that caution, I can't remember, but damage was pretty bad. The wing was bent up. Let him go around, and yeah, immediately like as I hit the wall, the next turn I went into, it was like really loose in, and just kind of fought that for a little bit, and then waited for a caution, and it finally did come out and got that fixed. It was like 30 seconds, and then after that, it was much better.
Yeah, about to say, me doing the official series, I can, like, you get just the smallest little bentness on that spoiler or even on the tail light, and the truck drives 100 times different. I mean, it's just ridiculous on how loose it actually does get, and that's just a part of the realism that comes with racing here on iRacing. But, you know, let's talk about the long green flag runs. Obviously, every race you want to see long green flag runs, and here tonight at Dover, one of the more harder tracks, I guess you could say, for the oval side, as it is completely concrete around this whole place, a self-cleaning racetrack, you could say. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the looseness of the truck in the beginning of the run, and how would you rate the tightness of the truck later in the run?
I found just kind of the way I was driving it, knowing that generally over a run the right rear would get a lot hotter. I did turn the steering ratio from 12 to 1. It comes in, I think, to 10 to 1, and that kind of just made it so I could sort of almost snowplow the right front tire a little bit and try to burn it up a little bit more than the right rear to keep it driving better, I guess. Like purposely trying to burn up a little bit more right rear, hoping that it wouldn't hurt me too bad on the long run and make it a little more stable. But no, that definitely was a bit of a factor with me not being able to keep up with Colton. I was doing that, not thinking we'd have too many long green flag runs, and throughout the end of a run, it would get pretty tight and wouldn't turn so good at the end. But throughout the run, I was running fairly quick.
Yeah, we've seen you lead a lot of the laps. I mean, there for a while, you were kind of taking care of those tires there, letting everybody go on by, then all of a sudden, boom, you're back up there passing them like they're sitting still, like they were tied to a stump, you could say. But there towards the end of the race, you just ran out of time to catch the number 18 machine of Colton Hardy, or Colton Ward. I don't know why I keep calling him Hardy. But anyways, just kind of fell a little bit short. Obviously, you got more wins on your season total. You're looking good for the playoffs, even possibly looking good for the championship. So I guess you can just chalk Dover up as, you know what, take the second place where I can get it, move on to next week, and see what that happens like.
That's right. We'll hopefully have a good run next week. Thanks.
All right, buddy. Well, if there's anybody on that number 71 machine you'd like to give a shout out to, the floor is yours.
I guess that's a speed shop, just a couple guys I run another league with, and we work really good together. And Nick Biddy for painting the car, and the guys for putting the league on. They're doing a good job, and I think there's a lot of good things coming.
All right, buddy. Well, we're going to go ahead and let you get on out of here, celebrate that P2 finish, and hopefully we'll be able to talk to you next week.
Talk to you again next time, maybe, hopefully.
Yeah. All right, buddy. That's going to be our second place finisher. And now we're going to talk to our race winner. That's going to be the man of the hour, Colton Ward, the driver of the number 18. Colton, this is Dylan of the CRN broadcast booth. You got a copy.
Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
Well, we finally get to talk to you. We brought you in unexpectedly earlier in the race, and then we just never really talked to you. Just because I happened to look down at the chat, and Barry Kistler, one of the longtime followers, said you were going to get the win here tonight. And by golly, he was absolutely correct. He followed you all the way around this racetrack, rooting you on from the start of the green flag all the way to the checkered flag, and you finally got it done.
I think he's from the future.
Hey, Barry, every time Barry picks somebody, 9 times out of 10, Barry's right. Last week he picked you. I can't remember what ended up happening to you, but you fell a little bit short. But this week he picks you again, and you get it done. I think you're going to need Barry on your side for the rest of the season.
I'll take him.
Well, absolutely. I mean, now, Dover. You qualified on the pole. You lost the lead super quick. Shane Haar got around you. Was that part of your strategy, I guess you could say? Obviously, there's a lot of cautions. There's not really much strategy to play in the beginning of the race, but was it your prerogative in your strategy to kind of conserve those tires, knowing we don't have a lot of tire sets in the pit lane? Was it more of save the tires for the whole field run or run what you got and see what happens?
Yeah, I mean, I was planning to stay in front, but after they were going really fast, I just wanted to be more easy on my car. I didn't want to spin out, hit the wall. So I fell to like third, I think, and then people kept taking tires. Then I fell all the way to like ninth. Then I slowly came back. Then I pitted again.
I mean, yeah, that pretty much sums up everybody's night. I mean, obviously, everybody going down, taking all their tires super early in the race is just going to hurt them in the long run towards the end of the race. So obviously, that you had that in your back pocket the whole entire time, and then there towards the end we started getting the long green flag runs, and we seen people short pit, we seen them take the long way around, and then there towards the end we started seeing Kevin Winker playing field strategy. He was clutching in every single corner, and I don't know. Me personally, the way I look at it, when somebody's pitting in front of me and they come out, I have that one lap to get my butt into pit lane, because the longer you stay out on older tires, the more you're going to lose while the other guy on fresh tires is out on the racetrack.
I think he was like 50 laps off sync, so he was just trying to get a caution when he was on the lead lap.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Now that you put that all into perspective, and obviously it didn't happen. You guys ran the remainder of the race all under green flag position. You had 2 green flag pit stops. How hard was it?
I don't know if you've seen my awesome pit entry where I went sideways.
I, I did not. I was
That
just
was like lap 95.
I was just getting ready to ask you, how hard was it to get from 160 mile an hour down to 35?
It was hard. Both times were hard.
I even in the beginning of the broadcast went out and ran some laps to give the viewers at home somewhat, show them what they're gonna, like, I guess, show them what we feel as sim racers inside of the car. I did a couple laps for Q, put myself on the wall so none of my times counted. Well, sucks to suck. My laps ended up counting. And I tried getting down into pit lane and sped into pit road. So that's how my pit road entry went. Yours was dead ass sideways. So I guess you get 10 out of 10 for style points. And then you come out and you still win the race. So, I mean, that's a 10 for 10 all the way around.
Yeah, that I think I pit around probably a little over 120 or so. I came in with like 22 lap old tires, took tires, because I knew the other guy had like 13 lap old tires, so I just had a little advantage right there, and I think that's why I had my gap that whole run.
Yeah, well, I mean, the gap is always going to be nice to have there. Obviously, you had a lot of trucks everywhere. Everybody playing different lines, playing uh, just the way that they entered into a corner. Some went low, some went high, some were in the middle. You had a multi-groove racing all the way in and through, but it was you who ultimately came out with the race win. But Colton, before we let you get on out of here, if there's anybody on the Forky machine that you want to give a shout out to, the floor is yours.
Buzz Lightyear.
All right.
Everyone in Toy Story.
From now on, I'm not calling you Colton. I'm calling you Forky.
All right. Hell yeah.
Well, half the time I call you Colton Hunty or Hundy because I look at your middle name. I don't look at your last name. I look at your middle name and I'm like, oh, his name is not even Honey. It's Ward. But Forky, it just fits. It's absolutely beautiful. So from here on out, that's what we're going to call you. But it's been a pleasure watching you race all season long. The only race that I've gotten to do with you was at Auto Club. Me and you had a really good battle. And then, like I said earlier in the broadcast, me and you had a good battle setting fast lap in practice. So can't wait to see what you do next week, and can't wait to see how the rest of the season goes.
All right, thank you.
All right, buddy. Well, you have a good rest of your night, and hopefully we'll be able to talk to you next week.
See ya.
All right, that's going to do it for myself up here in the broadcast booth for CRN with the MRL Midnight Racing League. Can't thank all the admins here in the Midnight Racing League, Justin, Elijah, and everybody else who puts this stuff together and on. 200 laps up, 200 laps down. Can't wait to see what the next race entails for a lot of these drivers. But that's going to do it for myself up here in the broadcast booth for CRN. My name is Dylan McDonald. Make sure you guys take care. Brush your hair.